So you want to learn how to do a CWJ. All right, let's do it. So first, let's talk about what a CWJ is. Well, CWJ stands for Continuous Wall Jump. And there are various locations in Super Metroid where this can be implemented. Primarily, where we see it used most often is here at the moat. This can be used in a few cases. Maybe you're doing the new route for any percent and you need to learn how to get across the moat. Whether you're doing that through horizontal bomb jumping, which unfortunately I have only done a few times, so I won't be making a tutorial video on that. I'm sure there are great tutorial videos on that on YouTube somewhere. But we can actually do it with a continuous wall jump, and I'll show you kind of how that works. There are a few ways to set it up, whether or not you use moonwalk or not. I do not use moonwalk. A lot of the times when you fail an attempt, you can just moonwalk back kind of inside the door here and set yourself up for another attempt. But since I don't use moonwalk, we will not be going through that. And just as a warning, this is how I do it. This isn't the most effective way, but it's the way that I do it that works the best. And that might be a way that works best for you. That's why I make these tutorials. This will be the 8th one I've made. I had a series of 7 or so that we worked on about 2 years ago, but I'm coming back and I'm sharing some of my knowledge for people who want to get into randomizer or maybe in the new route. But yeah, let's do it. So first and foremost, this item here could be used as a timing. I typically grab the item and then reset the room and then try for it. But let's see if we can let's see if we can do it with the item. If not, that's okay, because normally I'll just take the item and I'll reset the room for a new attempt. So the first step for how I perform the continuous wall jump here is I like to stand up against the door. Okay? We're going to shoot the door and we're going to run through. Now, that's step 1. Step 2 is we're gonna wanna jump at the last possible pixel here. Basically, we're coming out and we jump out, right? And we wanna jump off at the last possible spot. That'll take a moment to kind of get used to, but we wanna make sure we're jumping at the last possible spot. Another thing that I should note is our loadout. We don't want to have high jump boots on, and we don't want to have speed on either, because that's going to drastically reduce your jump height. So most of the time when you're making this move in randomizer, and especially in new route any percent, you're not going to have speed, that's for sure. And if you did have speed in rando, you would just shine spark across anyways. So we're assuming we don't have speed booster, and if we did have high jump boots, we want to turn those off. Okay, so let's give it a shot. We're gonna try and get this at least once with, see, that was a perfect jump and I missed it. I'm gonna pause as well so you can see it, but I just want to get a jump. Right there. Okay, not too bad. Okay, so I'm gonna play that back. Okay, I'm gonna slow it down, kind of show you what you're looking for. Okay. So if we slow this down a little bit and we take a look, we jumped right, you see that? Kind of looks like there's a little bit of leeway here, but we want to try to get it at least as close to the water as possible. But this is going to give you a nice jump. All right, so if we play this, boom, we're jumping. And again, we're holding all the inputs. We're holding right, and we're holding run, and we're holding jump, okay? We're jumping off of this ledge down at the very bottom. So that's the first part of the jump after we come out of the door. Again, like I mentioned before, if you mess this up, you can just kind of moonwalk back into the door and then try it again. But I don't use moonwalk, so I just reset the room. So now, what's going on is we're flying across the room and we want to land. For this to be successful, we want to make sure we're landing where we know we're going to get across just enough over the pillar here. Because if we didn't jump late enough, we're gonna land on top of the pillar, and we don't want that. So this was with the item, and basically we're just gonna time it to where the moment the text disappears, I want you to watch something here. This right here is exactly what we are looking for. This is a, I think it's 1 frame or 2 frames, it could be 3, I'm not really sure. I used to know the numbers, but it is a very tight window, let's just say that. You want to press jump again on this frame. The frame that Samus begins to wall jump. You see, actually, you see how there's like, maybe it is 2 frames. You see there's 2 different spots right here and there. So as you can see, if successful, so you'll want to kick off by pressing jump, holding right. I even hold run at this point too. So right, jump, and run all the way across to the other side. Boom. Okay? So, watching that again, zoomed out here. We run in, jump, across, item, fanfare, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, goes away. That frame, jump again, and we're going across. So that's best case scenario. Okay, that's a feel-good moment. We're in the middle of a race, and we hit the item fanfare and then immediately the CWJ. That's great, but it's okay if it doesn't work out that way. Okay, let's continue on and look at it if we were to reset the room, no item fanfare, and honestly, it's the exact same. You're just not having that item fanfare to kind of give you a moment to take a breath and prepare yourself for that second jump. So let's say we don't want to worry about the timing of that item. I'm just going to pick it up, and immediately I'm going to go back and reset the room. And we're going to set it up just like we did before. Up against the door, shoot the door, run through. Just like that. And I'll slow down that one as well, and we can take a look at that one. So again, just like before, we're going to set ourselves up at the door. We're going to shoot it, we're going to run through, and we are going to perform that jump right there at the edge. Right there at the like last possible moment, or second to last possible moment. We're going to fly over. Now, here's what happens if we fail it. This is really good. I wanted to show you this. Let me zoom in here. So, what happens here is, like I said, we don't have that moment of fanfare to kind of prepare us and set us up to allow us to set up for the trick. So if you notice here, we have quite a few actually moments to do it, and I just didn't press it. Either I pressed it too late or I pressed it too early. Either way, boom, into the ground we go. So I kind of wanted to show this. You notice I jumped a little too early. My foot is not over this kind of edge here. And this is what's going to happen then. I'm going to fly and land right on the platform. And we don't want to do that. So that's why we want to train our fingers and the timing to get it as low as possible to the edge. And just like that, as we're coming down, we're hitting that jump animation and we're flying across. Just like that. So there you have it. That is the continuous wall jump. The big things here is that we want to practice this jump here, right? Go back, watch the slowed down versions of this jump and try to work on that. And if you get good enough, you won't have to worry about resetting the room. Just like that. Let's go! That is an extremely versatile trick, especially if you want to go wreck ship early. We're talking rando here. If you want to go wreck ship early, this is going to give you an upper hand on your opponent, potentially. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any other suggestions for other tricks that I could do and show you on how I do them, again, these are not the most perfect tutorials, are not the best way to do things. It's just how I do them, and perhaps maybe through my showing you of how I do things could also help you. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and let me know which one you want to see next. All right, goodbye, everybody.